Hello everyone, and welcome to Sethaldor's World of Warcraft Guides, bringing you a Druid guide for PvP balanced Druids, with my Druid Taladorna. So, simply by picking balance, we'll earn the ability Star Surge with a 15-second cooldown, nice quick cast. It's a damage nuke that will provide extra solar or lunar energy, depending on which one you're pushing for at the time of cast. Also, you will get Moon Fury, which increases basically all our spell damage by 15%, and also increases the critical damage of pretty much all our offensive spells by 100%. And at level 80, we earn the Mastery of Balance, which provides us a 12% damage bonus from our Eclipse state, as well as more Mastery means 1.5% more additional bonus for each point. Balanced Druids can take on the form of a powerful Moonkin, balancing the power of arcane and nature magic to destroy enemies at a distance. Gotta kill them hordes, right? So, here is the balance tree. This is a PvP build. As such, I will be focusing on faster cast times and higher damage output, and less on mana conservation, because faster cast times means faster death for the enemy. Speaking of faster cast times, Nature's Grace I'm going to take 3 of, because that will provide 15% spell haste when I cast a spell. Should be noted that there's a 1-minute cooldown on this until you reach an eclipse, which automatically resets it. It's nice, and it also procs off of one of your healing spells, Regrowth. Next, we have Starlight Wrath, which reduces the cast time of Wrath and Starfire, which is excellent. Faster cast time is what I'm looking for. And finally, we have Nature's Majesty, which provides a 4% critical strike chance. Going to take 2 of 3 Starlight Wrath, most likely going to backfill. Next, we have Genesis, which increases the healing done by periodic spells as well as Swift Mend by 4%, and the duration of Moonfire and Insect Swarm by 6 seconds. 6%, scratch that for the earlier one as well. Definitely going to take that. Longer the dots tick on the target means more chance that they'll die if they start running away. Next we have Moonglow, which reduces mana cost of all spells. Mana conservation, not a concern at the moment. And then Balance of Power, flat 2% damage increase, as well as hit rating from Spirit. I'll take it for the damage increase, thank you. Next we have Euphoria, which provides a chance to get double the lunar or solar energy when we cast spells, as well as earn mana back when we reach Eclipse state. The mana back on Eclipse state is simply gravy in this PvP spec. The faster we can reach that Eclipse state, the higher damage output we'll be doing, so you want that double proc on the solar or lunar energy. Moonkin form is a given, especially with that nice armor contribution and spell haste given by it. Typhoon is a knockback damage that causes them to be dazed after you do it. That should be self-explanatory why you want to get it. And then finally, Shooting Stars, which provides a 4% chance when you deal damage with 2 of your dots to reset the cooldown on Star Surge and make it instant cast. Instant cast spell in PvP, fantastic. If it's an instant, you can't get interrupted by it, as well as you can cast it on the move, so there's really no reason to not pick that up. We'll put 1 of 2 in it and backfill later. Next, we have this row, Owlkin Frenzy, which provides 15% chance to increase damage done, as well as be immune to pushbacks after being hit by an attack. Self-explanatory to grab, you're going to be getting hit in PvP. If you're going to be getting hit, this will proc most likely, which makes it so you don't get pushbacks from casting. Self-explanatory why that's good, as well as 10% more damage. They die 10% faster. Next, we have Gale Winds, which increases damage of Hurricane and Typhoon, and the range on Cyclone, which is your incapacitate stun spell, essentially. Not a bad idea to pick up, but frankly, I like Solar Beam better, which is an AoE silence, which is awesome. Love that for those mages and those other druids and the priests. Oh, don't even get me started on silencing priests. So awesome. And that leaves some more points. Let's go backfill Shooting Stars and hit the next row. We have Dream State, which causes our Innervate to give us more mana. Meh, not worried about mana preservation. Tree Ents, 3 guys attacking the same target as me. Awesome. At my command, at that. Sunfire, this will cause Moonfire to turn into Sunfire on a solar eclipse. That in itself isn't anything too special, except that means that my Moonfire will now receive the bonus from the solar eclipse, so you may as well pick it up. What you're really grabbing this for is the talent that it's linked to. and Earth and Moon. This will increase spell damage taken by a target that I've hit with one of my spells, as well as my total spell damage. Should be straight up self-explanatory why you're grabbing that one. That leaves 2 points to put somewhere to get to the next row, which means we are going to be grabbing Starlight Wrath 3 of 3 and 1 of 2 Nature's Majesty, both in the first row. Next we have Fungal Growth, which causes when a fungal spread when our treants die or when the wild mushrooms are exploded or triggered, and that fungal growth will slow targets in it for 50% when fully talented. Right now we do not have our wild mushroom ability. I believe that's an 85 talent, which essentially you spawn a mushroom and you can trigger it to explode, doing AoE damage, and if spec'd properly, leaving a fungal growth patch slowing movement. This can be very excellent. You put a shroom right on top of your flag, blow it up when someone grabs it, bam, slowed, and they're already damaged a bit. It's going to be a nice ability when we can pick it up. And finally, Lunar Shower. This is helping you with Moonfire spam. It reduces the mana cost of Moonfire, it increases the damage done by Moonfire, and it stacks up to 3 times and refreshes while moving. So it basically says, hey, take me so you can Moonfire spam. Obviously, you're going to want to take that. Great for chasing down flag carriers. Go ahead and grab Nature's Majesty, cap it out, that's the first row again, and that leaves 1 point. You could either grab 1 of 2 Gale Winds or 1 of 2 Fungal Growth. I'm going to grab 1 of 2 Gale Winds for the range on Cyclone, and pick up Starfall, which is your passive AoE that does a ridiculous amount of damage. It is so amazing. And next we have 5 points we can put anywhere we want that's available. Okay. Definitely going to pick up Heart of the Wild 3 of 3 for the 6% increased intellect. And that leaves 2 points left. You might want to put it in Blessing of the Grove for increased Moonfire direct damage. Maybe throw it in Natural Shapeshifter for less mana cost of shapeshifting. You could think about throwing it in Fur for more mana. I wouldn't. Predatory Strikes and Feral Swiftness, not really all that useful for a Moonkin. So if you're looking at 2 points to spend, I would either do Blessing of the Grove or 1 of 2 Gale Winds, and that leaves 1 point to spend somewhere. I would probably do cap out Gale Winds and 1 of 2 Fungal Growth, but I honestly am going to grab 2 of 2 Blessing of the Grove for the increased direct Moonfire damage. So, this is the spec I would use in a BG as a Moonkin Druid currently. Keep in mind, you will have 5 more points when you reach level 85, and this spec will completely change at that point, because you want to pick up 2 of 2 Fungal Growth. You want to get to the second row of the Restoration Tree. So, I'm going to show you where you would want to put those points at 85. This spec right here is what I would use at level 80 currently. At 85, I would take these 2 points and I would put them in Fungal Growth, which leaves 5 more points for us to spend. I would put 2 of those 5 in Natural Shapeshifter, and then the third of those 5 in Master Shapeshifter for 4% more increased spell damage. That leaves 2 points to put somewhere. You could easily pick up Blessing of the Grove after that for Moonfire damage bonus, which is definitely a good idea. Or, if you're iffy on that, you could throw a second one in Gale Winds for the extra 2 more yards on Cyclone and 15% Typhoon damage, or you could take that 1 point and throw it in Fur. 1 or 2 points in Fur wouldn't be a bad idea. Honestly, at 85, I'm looking at a spec where it's going to be down to Master Shapeshifter and Blessing of the Grove on top of what you see on your screen now. But at level 80, as I said earlier, Fungal Growth isn't as good because the treants have to be killed by damage, so I'm going to grab Blessing of the Grove right now. This has been PvP Balanced Druid Specking with Sethaldor on the server Blade's Edge in the Guild Sacrilege on the Toon Taladorna at the moment. So, thank you for watching. Please rate, subscribe, comment, leave constructive criticism. You guys are doing awesome. So happy that you guys are viewing my videos, and I cannot wait to put out another one. Thanks a bunch, and can't wait to see you next time.